Hello, YouTube. Before I really say welcome back to me trying to read every single lost episode creepypasta that I can get my hands on, I do have a little bit of an update. This information was given to me by DJ Sprouts, and thank you. But I did not fully understand the scale of what was going on at the time. And so the comment says, you may or may not like this piece of news, but a large amount of creepypastas you're getting these stories are gonna get deleted very soon. Though this mainly concerns stories that are like blatantly bad. You know, walls of text and stuff. And they continue on. At the moment, currently 1,166 pages are marked for deletion, with more being immediately added as of this comment's initial posting. That equates to around a quarter of the site's total amount of pages. Once again, thank you. At the time, it was 1,166, and there was about 5,000 stories on the site. As of recording this, there are now 176 stories on the site. So, the long journey is not as long anymore. Well, this is sad to see for me, because I was looking forward to reading all of them, even if they weren't particularly good. This does open up the opportunity for me to read the other categories faster, I suppose. Of course, I am figuring out what exactly I want to do next, but this is not going to be the end of me reading creepypastas. Hopefully you look forward to what I decide to do in the future. That being said, welcome back to me trying to read every single lost episode creepypasta that I can get my hands on. Today we finally get to break into the A section, and it looks like we have a Dead Bart update. Obviously I have not read Dead Bart yet, so I would completely understand if you want to skip this until I read the Dead Bart creepypasta and then come back to it. Otherwise, I think we should get right into it. A Dead Bart update. Well, I had to get rid of that computer I watched the episode on. Even after a complete reformatting, it never worked correctly. The episode file could never be deleted from it, and it kept opening on its own. I wiped the hard drive clean several times, and the episode wouldn't go away. The sound control didn't work, and it was a laptop. The power never seemed to run out, and I couldn't get it to turn off. I was going to keep the computer just so I'd have a copy of the lost episode, but looking at it was making me nervous. I had a recurring nightmare several nights in a row. The episode was playing, but instead of the photorealistic Bart corpse, it was myself at 10 years old. I found a picture of me at 10, and the nightmare was closer to it than my own memory had been. I swear, that picture of myself at 10, dead, started flashing on the computer screen so quickly that I could never be sure. After that, I destroyed the computer. I haven't been able to get the episode out of my head, though, and decided to do more research to try to understand it. I found a few people online who seemed to know about it. Apparently the episode aired once in the suburb of Portland, Oregon. I have a cousin who was watching The Simpsons during the first season and lives around there, so I asked him if he remembered the episode. He asked me how I knew about it. It was a nightmare he had that he only told his parents about, and I was only a few years old at the time. I told him about the episode I saw and the people online who remembered it. He thought I was just playing a prank on him, and when I got him to look at the online posts about it, he screamed and hung up. He hasn't responded to any attempts I made to contact him since. Determined to get to the bottom of this, I kept searching online. I found someone who said they had a tape of it they would sell to me. I was nervous, but determined to find out the truth about this and end the matter. I bought the tape as well as a really old and cheap TV VCR, since I had a feeling neither would be the same after I watched the episode. The episode was pretty much the same as the file I downloaded. I don't want to say anymore. This wasn't worth it, and I'd give anything to go back to how I felt when I had the computer with the file scaring me. I destroyed the tape, but it didn't help. The commercials on the tape, I don't want to remember them. There were monsters from my dreams that I had never told anyone about. News promos about tragedies that hadn't happened yet. Surreal computer-generated animation that wouldn't have been possible in the 80s. Or now, for that matter. A former friend watched it with me, but he saw completely different things, with one exception. There was a seemingly live news report from June 6th, 2013, in complete monotone. He recited the details of millions of people having died in their sleep, some of them waking up for a few seconds first, rambling incoherently about something that people could only piece together had something to do with nightmares. I'm sure you can figure out what date was on the tombstones of the currently alive celebrities. There was one difference in the episode itself, though. The joke Homer told was completely clear on this version. When it zooms in on Homer's face while looking at Bart, he says, "If only we all were that lucky." Yeah, without the context of the first Dead Bart episode, this is a little confusing. So I'm not going to blame any of you for skipping this one for now. As a story, I give it a 2. It's not really creepy. I mean, they tried creepy elements, but I don't know. It's not resonating with me. It's alright. As a creepypasta, it's a 2. But without the original Dead Bart episode, it's really hard to fully grasp what this update is trying to update you about. I can understand if you skip this one for now, until I read Dead Bart. Not much else I can say about that, though. So I suppose, it's bye-bye for now. Bye!